Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
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 How I feel be the best team in the NFC.
The final word.
Great.
Feels good. You wild. You wild.
Dead serious.
Yeah, you wild.
Oh no, Big, you gotta be with me on that.
I'm with you.
Okay, cool.
I made a tweet and I said, but now we here, I'm with you.
Okay,
We
Big
gotta come
dog.
back.
Yeah, bro.
The final word.
I really do feel like we're the best team
People
in the
been getting
NFC.
on me though. They said, "Oh, but you switching up, Big. Now you saying the team is all this and all that." I'm not saying nothing.
It's okay to switch. What's up with people acting like you can't change your mind?
word.
Right?
It's your opinion.
Because it's not
The
allowed.
final word.
They allowed to, but you ain't allowed to.
Right.
They
Facts.
ain't allowed. They can change. They can change all day, but we can't. We gotta stay to it.
Yeah, they gonna try to hold you to. And listen, you was never negative anyway. You was keeping it real.
I call
final
it
word.
objectivity.
The final
That's
word.
The
The
objectivity.
final word.
The final word.
It's all
The
good.
final word.
The final word.
The final word.
The
Mic
final
check.
word.
The final word.
How we
Let's get
sound,
it.
y'all? We sound good? All right, thank you.
Oh, that sounds hard when you bring in the final word. Like it sounds dope how you brought it in.
Let's go.
Yeah, man.
The final word.
I ain't gonna even lie, bro.
Okay.
We to the point where we need to just sit back and enjoy the ride.
That's what I'm doing. You feel me, boss? Like I
Hell
ain't saying nothing no other way. I'm seeing it how it happens game by game. What's wrong with me doing it game by game?
Nothing, bro.
Nothing wrong
But see,
with
this
it.
is the beautiful thing, Big Law. Let's be
The
honest.
final word.
The Dallas Cowboys are doing real good right now. They not perfect. We know that. We gonna keep it real. But they headed in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So,
The final
I
word.
mean-
Yep.
See, I would be a hater.
right.
See, people would call me a hater. Because you know how a lot of people jumping out there like give the Jones their credit, blah blah. I have no problem giving their credit.
Never.
When credits
I'm
due.
not even.
Yep.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Facts.
I'm not even switching, but what I am saying is, if I feel there's change or I see some things, I can say, yeah, I like how I see that. You feel me? I'm not gonna just be like, nope. Jones is just no. I see. I feel it's a good place right now. I'll be honest, boss and law.
Right.
It's like a good place right now. What they're doing, it's a good place. I can't lie.
Let me get
I'm
this
not
intro
getting
in real
away.
quick, Big.
Go
Let me
ahead,
get this
go
intro.
ahead.
All right, we got the final word, Game 7 reactions and the Game 8 preparations. Man, let's go.
The final word.
Let's go, man. Let me take that box off real quick and then we gonna start the show. Law like, hey man, get rid of the little box. Get rid of the box, boss. Get rid of the box.
Let's
go
go.
now. Let's go. Let's go. Woo! Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
I just wanna run it up.
Cowboy Nation.
Can we check or something? I've been really in the film letter. Yeah. I've been really in the field, lot of rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half the ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the sink, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Let's go, man. Let's run it up today, fellas. Big, I gotta kick it off with you, bro. I gotta kick it off with the big homie. Because listen, y'all, we got 2 signings that Big has beat the ground for. See, a lot of people think I was on Jonathan Hankins. No, Big put me on him. He put me on him 2 years ago. He was like, boss, you got to go check him out. And of course I did. So let's kick it off with that, bro. First of all, what's your thoughts? And I want you to break him all the way down because I already know you ready. Let's go.
All right. Well, first of all, I'm excited about the Jonathan Hankins signing. I have been talked about him for the last couple years because when you looked at what he's done when he was with the Raiders and in his career, I was saying when you looked at Tomlinson that was coming from the Giants when he was in free agency, their stats were damn near identical, but Tomlinson was more the big name, leaving the Giants, getting the deal. But Jonathan Hankins was every bit of solid. He was 28 at the time. He was 6'3", 320, 330 pounds. He played at the University of Ohio State, so I have a good knowledge of him. He can play that zero. He can stuff the run. He can push the pocket. He's what you needed. And I wanted him in 2020 when they had just had the change over to Mike McCarthy. That's the guy who I wanted them to plug in the middle. Because I knew we had problems, and we had talked about this, boss, and Law numerous times. We had talked about him specifically. Him specifically. We need to get him. If we can't get maybe a bigger name, this is the guy that you need to get because he's affordable too. He's not going to cost you a lot of money. But we thought this is the Cowboys way. They're not going to do it. So circle a little bit later now, I can sit there and say, you know what? I can't get mad at the front office because they did something that I didn't think they were going to do. I didn't think they'd make the move. Now, it was for super dirt cheap, but you can't get mad at them for, hey, you could have got him that much. We didn't want to pay that much. You got him back again, and you paid less for him because it was basically a trade drop. You feel me? You're getting him, as they said. So you got to basically something for nothing. So why not implement him in? He's a veteran, and that's what you need. Now you can have a big Bohanna who has been played admirably well this year. Let's not act like Bohanna has played like trash this year. He has not.
He has.
But now you have a veteran in there who's been
a veteran to
Bohanna.
This is a veteran Bohanna.
You feel me?
Yep.
So you got a guy that who's already has the ropes, who can blend in with the team, and then you can still have Bohanna in there rotating and can still learn and continue to get better. Great signing by the Cowboys. I'm happy it happened. He was my guy a few years ago. I'm glad they circled back because the Cowboys, that's what they like to do. And they got him for the cheap, which they also like to do. And it looks like to me, they're saying, hey, we're listening in the streets, maybe. They're listening to the cries of the streets of the YouTube streets or the street. Hey, what you remember Jay-Z? He said the streets is watching.
The streets are watching, bro.
Listen, and that's what he said.
Is it coincidence?
Right now.
Because they are in with everything we saying, bro. What was we saying this week, Law? We need to go all in. What's your thoughts, Law?
You said all in.
You said it too.
All in, bro. I know, but you really said it.
Yeah, I know I said it. I said it with my chest. I said it with my chest. Facts. What you got, Law?
Well, it is what it is at this point. We needed help at that, spot. We only had one tech guy, and that was Big Bo, right? So now you bring in somebody with the pedigree of 10 years of pro experience who can move weight around. And I don't want you guys to fall in love with Pro Football Focus or any of the stats or grades or what have you, because when you're occupied too, that don't go down in the stat sheet. But I did reach out to my buddy. He's a Raiders fan, diehard Raiders fan, and they cried when they let go of this big boy because they know how much he brings to the table on stopping the run and how he allows everyone else to eat. He's not a every down starter. He is a guy that bring in for rotational piece, and they did say that last year he had too many snaps or too many reps, so now he's going into a situation and scenario that he's going to have limited reps, and you're going to have the aspect of you got Big Bo and whoever else they slide in, Carlos Watkins, for crying out loud. And here's another thing that I want you guys to take down to put into your mind. Most sacks happen in the late third and fourth quarter. If you even go back and look at the last game, we got majority of our sacks in the late fourth quarter or the third quarters. So now if you bring in a fresh leg, big Jonathan Hankins, that will help out all for this defense, especially on shutting down that run. Let's get it.
Let's get it, bro. And you know I got the film over here too. But before I show the film, man, let me give my boy his.
Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Big game, James.
Game changer.
Let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
And I want to give my boy Big his because, man, shout out to the nation and people like Big. That show you how tapped in we are, and he is specifically to the needs of the Dallas Cowboys. Is that a coincidence that the two biggest names that my boy been talking about, literally two, not one, two, he been talking about Anthony Barr. Don't hate on him because he was right at the time. He was right at the time. No hate on him, right? And Jonathan Hankins. And Big don't talk about a lot of people. He ain't gonna talk about 20 people. He gonna talk about 3 people. And I'm so excited to see that you tapped in and the YouTube community so tapped in that we can specifically identify, especially you, dog, this pick. Let's jump into this dude's film if y'all don't mind.
Let's do it. I appreciate you, boss, my dog. You know, I love listening to, we do this show together. Just want to give you guys flowers before we watch this tape. We do these shows together, man. I watch you guys and I just listen to what you guys saying. And I just really want to give you your flowers right now, boss. There's a lot of stuff you've been saying. I've been saying in my own videos, just listen to what you're saying, how we got to go all in.
Yep.
How, you know, you just say a lot of things that have been really real this last couple of weeks, bro. And it's really been hitting me in my soul. It's maybe gave me a fire. Now, I ain't drinking no Kool-Aid, but it sparked a fire in me. I ain't gonna lie, you sparked a fire in me, running, just yelling and just saying, just going hard. It sparked a fire in me. I'm sitting back chilling, but my fire, they you know how when you got the old stove and it's been just sitting there on the side and they ain't been, that's an antique right there. We'll see if it, poof, and that motherfucker, that joker light up and that give you good heat. It's old, but it give you good heat. You lighten that fire a little bit, boss.
Man, I feel you. And see, let's talk about this. Before we get into the film, I want to talk about what Keystone just talked about with this super chat. And I want to talk about what this means for the Dallas Cowboys. This means that the Dallas Cowboys are tapped in to their vulnerabilities. And it's been a long time since they've admitted we got a problem. How many times have they went into a brick wall and we always like, bro, you getting ready to run right into that?
Right.
This time they was like, yeah, we see we having issues with the run and we go do something about it.
I can't be mad at that.
I can't be mad at that. So for everybody that try to call us negative, no, we go give them credit when they do those things that we've been wanting to see.
Yeah.
Big credit.
And I ain't gonna fight it, even if he is.
I'm not fighting.
If he trash,
he's still goofy. Now, I'm telling you right now, Stephen Jones still goofy. But I'm not going to sit there and say I hate you or nothing like that. This was a good move. Y'all listen, we've been crying about it. Say, hey, man, make this move. And they did it. And they got it with the cheap the way they wanted. So I can't even be mad.
Nope.
And just like you just said, boss, even if it falls apart, at least they tried.
Right.
That's what I don't get mad at. Even with the Everson Griffin thing, it didn't work out. But I still go back to it and say, at least they tried.
Right.
And he might turn around. Go ahead, Law.
No, well, my point ties into our next opponent that we have to play. But what I can do is I can gloss over it just a little bit, and I just want to put my toe in the water with this, okay? In 2018, guess who had the 6th ranked defense?
Dallas.
The Dallas Cowboys. And it was a fluff defense because it wasn't really midway through the season, wasn't really an identity of how to slow down and stop the defense or to really move on the defense. That's when everybody had the hot boy hat, T-shirts, blankets, and everything. But what happened was that what teams failed to do was run the ball. And that booger bear crept up on us in the playoffs. But it was revealed to us during the season. So what I like about this is that although right now, I heard people go back and forth with me on Twitter, but for right now, at least this team is identifying their issues whereas they can't stop the run. So what we got to do is pair up and match up a place so that we can reinforce that and stop the bleeding before it gets too messy. So this is what the Cowboys did with this. They bring in Jonathan, and also they looking at it like, hey, we got to stop the bleeding before it gets too deep down in the season. And I like this, and I'll expound on that a little bit later. And you already know what I'm talking about, boss.
Oh, yeah, we go get into it. We go get into it because we go talk about the Chicago matchup, and we go talk about the details of what you're talking about with. I ain't gonna reveal it. Y'all wait and see. Y'all wait to the end of the video. Give us all our credit. Hey, but another thing that this says, man, just keeping it real. This also says that we keeping a close eye on Philly. Just keeping it real, right? Which is very smart. Like,
very smart.
I love how the Cowboys.
It's humbleness. That's humbleness.
Let me just shut up. Go ahead.
That's humbleness right there. If you doing that, that's saying your pride is removed out the way.
Yes.
You removed your pride and sit there and say, okay, they're making a lot of moves over there. We can't be falling behind because we need to be all in because we're trying to win a Super Bowl. And that's the only thing that will tell me that if you are watching, I'm cool with you watching, because if you're watching, hey, Method Man had a song. He said, you eyeing me, I'm eyeing you. That's good. I do that. Eye me. I'm going to eye you right back, because when you make a move, I'm going to make a move. So when you turn around, I'm right there. That's what I want. I don't want to sit down with that pride. Oh, we're okay. We can stop the run with what we got. Right. How many times and how many years have we seen the Dallas Cowboys sit there and say, with their pride, with their chest out, we don't need to go get a receiver. We don't need to go get a lineman. We don't need to go get this. We're good with what we have, and we don't need to do anything. And then we get smacked in the mouth. I will give the credit where they're saying, you know what, I'm keeping an eye on you, and we're going to stay with you, and we're going to jump out there and do this too. So I didn't mean to cut anybody off, but I felt you.
Yeah, because see, what was happening is we was losing on the 31 on QB sneak. There's a highlight of Kelsey saying, you know what we getting ready to do.
Right.
You know? So I like how we was like, oh yeah? Oh yeah? Try that on the dude 340. Try that. Try it now. Now try. Oh yeah, you want to go at the second year player. You want to go at the dude who's still trying to find his legs. We got something for you, Philly.
Yeah.
We got something. And that's also saying we're not taking it for granted. Even though we got more talent, man, listen, I got to give y'all props. Steven, Jerry, Will McClay, especially you, Steven, because honestly, this ain't like you.
This ain't like you at all.
This ain't like you. So let's get into the film, y'all. Let's get into the film.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. So we'll just tag team. So, Law, you can kick it off.
Okay, no worries. You're talking about shedding the blocks right here. Let's get down. He's going to penetrate, and look how he attacked. Shed, disengage, and get upfield. That's what I'm looking for out for my big boy down inside. What do you have on it, big game, James?
Well, the thing I liked about that last play is, the thing I liked about that play was when you notice when he came up underneath his chest, he stood him up. When he was able to come up underneath his chest, low man always wins. So they always say the defensive lineman, you get up under the offensive lineman's chest. Watch right here. Play it right now, boss.
I got you.
Freeze that. See how he stood him up? See how he stood him up and put his hands in his chest? Now he's able to redirect and see where that running back is going. Watch how he stands him up right here. He hand fights him. Look, yeah, I held him right here. Now I can throw you off because I can see where you go because I have you at the advantage. I'm underneath your pads. So when I'm underneath your pads, I can move you where I go. So I see that running back. I throw you to the right. I make the stop.
No doubt.
And then what I like about him is his pursuit as well. He has a Tristan Hill pursuit where he don't quit on plays. Like he saved his touchdown right here. That's him that saved that touchdown.
And
you know what I mean?
Strength.
That's strength.
And that's strength.
And he get off blocks. He not just looking to just hold up space. He looking to make plays in the middle.
Yes, indeed. So you talking about stack?
And the thing that you hear real quick.
Go ahead.
There's my dog. There you go. There you go. LL J is hard as hell.
You know it, baby. Listen, I'm gonna tell you about this guy, man. And when you watch him play, and you watch even more clips than what Boss Cowboy is sharing with us right now, cholesterol. You see, hand dominant.
Wi-Fi monster.
Dominant position.
Hey, come out and come in, OC. Come out and come in.
Come out. We got to hear all this.
Yeah,
we got to hear this.
We got you, big dog.
Yes,
go ahead, though, big.
No, I was just let's go back over.
Well, I was saying that pursuit.
That was that pursuit. I love that pursuit because just like you said.
Yeah.
Look at that. And he's not a small guy. He's a 330
right.
man. He can get 340. He's not a small guy. And when you see a guy playing the 0, playing the 1, and look right here, that running back ain't slow.
Nope.
Coming downhill and still be able to make that play, that's what you want to see out of your big boy. And the thing I love about him, look at that middle. Look at that size. He's going to hold up that center and the guard, and he's going to keep those linebackers free, and that's what we need. But we still need good linebacker play, don't we, fellas?
Yes, indeed. But
and we go talk about linebacker right after this. I promise you, we go talk about linebacker next.
But the thing is, the crazy thing about this is that when you look at the scouting report on LVE, he had to keep his jersey clean, right? And even though we look at LVE for who he is and what he does out there on the field, we can say, man, if you have a front, maybe you get marginal areas of LVE better. Nevertheless, you're right. If this guy could occupy 2, and if he can line up at the 0, man, right under that center and push him back, that's what we're looking for, because now I'm looking for an A-gap monster, A-gap killer, so that my linebackers could run free. Now maybe, just maybe, we can see now a blitz from a formation out of the A-gap from Parsons now. He can slide and sneak down inside, or did you think about this, y'all? Anthony Barr is used to big boys up front.
Yes.
This may help out him. And I don't know. Did you already got some clips already chopped up for that?
Yeah, I got some clips. Let's go.
I knew that's where you was going.
Listen, yeah. So it's exactly what you was talking about. First, now I'm going to show him against our opponent, because that's important. It's cool to show you against Kansas City, but I want to show you him against Philly. Right? Against the same dude who gave us some problems, Kelsey. Because Kelsey gave us some problems. So this shows you Will McClayton and watch the film and look at that push he getting on Kelsey. Like, that don't seem like that's a big deal, but on passing downs, that is go kill Hurts' pocket. You know what I'm saying? And then you talked about, Law, you said, can he take on a double? Well, that's the next play, where you go see him take on a double from the center of the guard, and he go hold it all the way down the line of scrimmage. Like, check this out.
And
go ahead, OC.
And one thing I want to point out, Boss Cowboy, just real quick, is my sound okay, first of all?
You perfect.
Yeah.
All right, cool, man. So when you run this clip, man, one thing you'll see on this double team is, again, hand dominant position. And notice it's a subtlety that he does, because this is a stretch play. He holds up the guard. So when you see it from the different angle, you'll see how he actually holds up that guard. Look at what he does to the left guard. Look at his right hand. He's holding up that guard, keeping him from getting up on the second level. Look at the hand. Look how he holds him. Look how he holds right there. Right there.
Let me rewind that.
God, dog. It's those subtle things that's going to free up Anthony Barr and the rest of this linebacking crew. It will even help LVE. Look how he holds up the guard. Look, you see the extension? You see him holding up that guard?
Yes!
So that is going to help you so much in the run game, and it's going to narrow down those C and those B gap burst that we've been getting from some of these offensive lines that we played against. And keep in mind, Kelsey is an 800-pound squatter, excuse me. So the center for the Eagles, he's extremely strong in the lower body, and Kelsey can get no movement. He cannot move him. He is like a tree planted by the rivers of water. This man shall not be moved. This man is not gonna get. Look right here. Look at him.
And he getting
right
push on him. He getting push.
Yeah. So that man, listen, just to jump in, I'm excited about this pickup, man. I like a big baby. He's a big baby. He's the first big baby we didn't had in there. When I say big baby, I mean 330 plus that got some power. Right. I don't mean just a young baby. We got a young baby in Quentin Bohanna, but he's a big baby. He's a veteran baby that got some real strength and power, and he is going to make a difference, man. So great pickup by the Cowboys.
Hey, boss, you want to start it over from the beginning, and I can hit that record so we can have it for everybody to jump in on it from the OC.
Let's do it.
Let me know when you're ready.
We'll do a whole breakdown. Now I got 3 film sessions. You want to do this one again?
He can knock it out. The OC. He can knock it out.
Let's knock it out.
Give us
keep it clean.
A minute and 50 seconds of it, and I hit record.
Let's go.
Come on.
All right, here we go. So you already know. On the countdown, 3, 2, 1.
The OC.
The film breakdown.
All right, guys. So notice, man, what we have in our new acquisition, defensive tackle, nose tackle in particular. This guy was brought in here to stuff the run. Look how he holds up and he sheds and he makes the tackle inside. Fantastic by him. When you see it from the other angle, it gives you more detail, right? But we'll move on to the next play and see this one. Notice how he comes down the line of scrimmage. Look how stiff he is at the point of attack. Look at the hand domination. Sheds, he runs down, he stops the touchdown by running down the line of scrimmage. That is being horizontal down the line of scrimmage. That is a perfect play by him and exactly what you want to do in his position. Notice him on this particular formation and look what he does. Notice how he controls. He's very, very controlled, and he's running down the line of scrimmage. Once again, in on the tackle. Great job. He saves about 5 yards there by running down the line of scrimmage and being active with his hands. Here he is from the other angle. Look at what he does and how he completely sucks up 2 blockers and he dominates this A-gap. And that's what you want to see here. Look at the hands. Notice his hands. Those are the subtleties and the hustle down the line of scrimmage. But his hand placement and his hand dominant positioning is the key to his game. He is going to stand up the opposing offensive line. He is committed to stuffing gaps and getting off and making tackles down the line of scrimmage. Here is again. Look at the penetration. And here, look at him hustling down the line of scrimmage. Boom, in on the tackle right there, 2-yard gain. That's perfect. So when you have nowhere to go as a running back, you begin to bounce the ball. And then when linebackers are there, he can run down the line of scrimmage and make plays. So here he is versus the Eagles. Look at the push. Very good. He's doing his job. Again, he is here to stop the run. He is here to control centers and guards and to keep them from getting to the second level. And that's exactly what he's going to do here. If you look at him from this angle, look at his hand placement. Notice the hand. Look at that. Superior hand placement. He's punching that guard. He's punching that guard and jacking him back. And that is controlling the man. That's see a man, beat a man football. So if you look at this in terms of him freeing up the linebackers, notice they're running a zone. This is a zone play going to the left stretch. He controls 2 men. And when you see it from the other angle, it gives you more credence to this. Notice they're reach blocking him. He's controlling this left guard, right? They're going to try to scoop block him, right? We call this an ace block, right? And here he is, 2-eye, boom. And he's going to hold up that left guard right there. He can't get off on 42 because he's holding him up, and 42 makes the tackle. So that's really, really good stuff. This is going to be really, really great for the Dallas Cowboys and our linebacker flow versus one of the best centers here versus Kelsey. He stands him up. He makes the back declare because he takes away the right A-side gap, making this running back declare to the left A-side gap. So notice he hits this A-side gap going to the right. So he's forcing the back to cut.
Yep.
Cut right into the linebackers.
Facts.
Cut right into the flow. There it is. Perfect.
There it is. And that's the film session on our new acquisition. Let's get it, y'all. So check this, man. Now let's talk about linebacker because we got us a good super chat on that. Because obviously that's what most of us been talking about. But see, I said the other day, I said Sue was my number one target in terms of an outside acquisition. Because when I start thinking about it, and I want to get y'all thoughts on this, I said we might be okay at linebacker because we still got Harper, we still got Jefferson, we got Clark coming. One of them go work out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of them go work out. So when I start thinking about it, I said I'd rather get somebody in the middle to make our average linebackers play just a little bit better. What's y'all thoughts on that? And talk me off the cliff. Am I tripping? What's y'all thoughts?
Oh my goodness, man! I still wanted us to see if we can sell the farm to get a Roquan Smith in the house, but we played against them.
That's real.
And I know, right? I have all of the hopes that Damone Clark can be better than Roquan or even equivalent to Roquan. But if the front plays well, and if you look at the scouting report out of LVE, 9 times out of 10, if LVE keep his pad levels clean and everything like that, then at least you'll see a better player out of LVE. But that Roquan that you see on the screen, I mean, he had, 3 sacks for the season. He's leading the league in tackles so far. And he's a dog out there. And there's no way we can put any hate on this man of his skill set because he brings a lot to the table. And the Cowboys need a similar version of that here.
Yeah, man. What's your thoughts on the big?
I mean, if you want to be honest with you, I'm going to jump out on the ledge, dog. I'm going to jump out on the ledge now.
Let's go.
Damone Clark, I'm going to jump out on the ledge on you because when I saw you in college, I was like, that dude's a leader. That dude is, okay, that was the steal of the draft. He's physical. He goes all the way out. I seen him in plays. I seen him play the UCLA Bruins, and they had a tight end. I can't remember his name. He's a rookie tight end, Dulich or whatever his name is. He caught a pass over the middle. He had 17 yards on Damone Clark, and Damone Clark, he tackled him in the end zone, but he had 17 yards on that man. He ran him all the way down and made the tackle. That's when I said, okay, that's why I love Damone Clark. That was the one single play that he did that made me fall in love with him as a player. If you look at his career, he already played with Jabril Cox, but he's a physical player. He's a hard worker. He's a leader. He goes all out. I know he's a studier. I think he's relishing this moment. I think he's sitting there. I can't wait to get on the field. And guess what? Dallas got a bye after Chicago Bears. So guess what? Maybe he's studying, and I'm going to just jump out on ledge and say this dude comes out and goes crazy. I'm going to just jump out there and say this dude comes out there and goes crazy.
Fresh
I'm going to jump out there and say Damone Clark is going to jump out there and go crazy.
Man, Big AJ,
he's healthy. If he's fully healthy, he's going to come out there and go crazy. We'll be like, yeah, Damone Clark, this is what we've been waiting for.
Fresh legs,
I just
too.
feel it in my bones. I'm going to just say it.
Dracarys.
Peach me, Big AJ. But that dude had over 15 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks. Man, he sideline to sideline, dude. Hey, nobody coming out of college had more tackles than him.
Law.
Yeah, you getting me too crunked up, man.
It.
Come on, man.
I feel it, Law. I think he's coming in here. He's jumping at the bit. He's saying, I feel like I'm the missing piece. He's sitting back listening to that. LVE ain't the answer. Where's this guy? We need somebody to help Michael Parsons. He's going to say, I'm the guy. I'm the guy you've been waiting for. It's me. It's who you've been waiting for. He's going to come in and go crazy.
Pour that Kool-Aid on that man. Pour that Kool-Aid on him. Pour that Kool-Aid on him. Yeah. Open wide. It's your birthday.
You thirsty? We got big drinking. Listen, y'all know we making moves with the homie drinking. Ooh. And he got the swag with it too. Yeah. Oh man, he got a swag. Wait, who is this? Hey, that's Big. Hey y'all, wait. Big is drinking Kool-Aid. Stop the press. Stop the press.
No, he's good. That mother don't miss, man. He's good. In the heat of battle, he don't miss. No. In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
Listen, even though it's a little bit, I would take it off the big homie because that mean the Cowboys rocking. OC, what you got, big homie?
Man, listen, you could pick up another linebacker, but the Cowboys, in my opinion, did the right thing. They went and they got a big to help shore up that middle because we had 7 games to look at the production and productivity of our defensive linemen, and it was some good, some bad, and versus overpowering big, strong lines, we had problems giving up push and setting the point of attack, and that's exactly what this guy excels at. So it's the right thing to do for the Cowboys. No, at this point, we don't need to invest in going to get a linebacker, in my opinion, because we don't know what we have in Damone Clark.
Right.
We don't know what we have in Devin Harper. Right. We know what we have in LVE. We're learning what we have in Barr. So it's the right move. And remember, the position title tells you everything. Linebacker. They're there to back up the line. So if the line is good, man, they don't need as much backup.
Say, man, I gotta hit that OC with a straight business. It been too long, man. It been way too long. It been way too long. Now the button want to trip.
The OC.
I knew it was
No
gonna kick
emotions,
in.
no
Let's
friends,
go.
no loyalty.
Straight business.
Straight business.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
Yeah. And see, that's why we saying this is a time to be honest that we can truly sit back and enjoy the ride. Because see, y'all know everybody on here, we go keep it real, good and bad. Just keeping it real. Like, listen, I might have to retire this dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, I'm gonna keep him in the back.
No, you keeping it. No,
I'm keeping him in the back. I'm keeping him in the back.
I said a smidge.
I'm with you.
Don't get carried away.
I'm with you, bro. I ain't gonna get carried away. You right. I almost did get carried away. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that dog close. I'm gonna keep that dog close, bro, in case they start tripping.
Remember, I said we seen this in the regular season, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Facts.
And until we see this in the playoffs, we see
facts.
This before.
But you know what I want now though? Speaking of
What's
that, you know, if we got Big Game James to just take a sip. When you gonna just take a piece of that bird, man? You know what I'm saying? On Dorrance Armstrong, just a little piece of the crow, man. Just shave the little beak or something. Man. Come on, I'm talking about.
I knew this was coming.
Just look.
I'm gonna eat crow for what?
A quarter.
Why would I eat crow?
Come on, Dorrance Armstrong, man.
What am I eating crow for?
Dorrance Armstrong, Jr. He don't gotta eat crow, but he just gotta know that Dorrance Armstrong Jr. got 6 of them.
I already admitted that. I already said he a dog. Once again.
OC, we about to get paid. OC, man, you about
Come
to
on,
get
man.
paid.
Just take pluck the feathers at least.
Like, why would I eat crow though,
Put the
dog?
oven on preheat just a little bit. Put the oven on 480, man. Come on, man.
Boy, that boy Law want me to eat some crow so bad on some stuff I didn't say.
I ate a plate of crows.
Right?
Can somebody remind?
It's coming.
Can somebody remind
Well, I mean, we gonna
us
see.
what did boss said about Dorrance Armstrong in the chat?
Remind them, boss.
Okay.
Hold up,
Can the
boss.
chat please tell Law what I said for the 18th time?
Remind them, boss, how many sacks D-Law got to get. Remind them right now, boss, how many
12.
sacks D-Law got to get.
He got to get 12.
And how many he got right now?
He got 3.
He got how many? A whole lot of pressures.
Hold up, Kinfo. Hey, I want to do a breakdown since we talking about defensive edge real quick.
A whole lot of pressure.
We got some new issues. Let me first talk about this for the last time. I don't owe nobody no apology. I stand on what I said, that not all sacks are the same.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't earn it last sack, but he got it. He got it.
He getting his sacks through twists. And when he playing in a 3-tech. That is not beating guys necessarily one-on-one. Now, he beating guys on the inside one-on-one on those stunts. He getting that. But on the outside, he is not doing it. And I'm going to keep it real. It is low key womp.
Wait a minute.
On the outside. But when it's a stunt on the outside, he ain't doing nothing.
Okay.
But on the three and a twist, he doing his thing. I know what I'm saying,
so
bro.
if he get 15 of them, if he get 15 of them, would you put the crow
from that one?
Would you eat a piece of the crow if he get 15 from the stunts?
No, bro. I'ma still say what I said, that not all sacks are the same. I'm not gonna look at a sack number and be like, oh wow, he's good. I'm gonna go actually look at the sacks.
You right.
I want to see how you got them sacks. I don't want no cleanup sacks and then be trying to pay you like you Micah Parsons and you over here cleaning up after Micah Parsons. I need to inspect those sacks. And I measured the Kool-Aid, see, because I'm still that dude.
He's still turning
I'm
up,
still
though.
this
It's a
dude.
big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk
I'm
Kool-Aid.
still
Listen,
this.
I do not drink
That's me.
Kool-Aid
That man gonna
without
stand on that
first
hill,
measuring.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand on the factual hill.
He gonna stand
I'ma
on that
stay
hill,
on
man.
the hill. Yes. So
hey,
hold on, Law. Let me ask you a
my
question.
people out there,
Are
can
you
y'all
saying all
Photoshop-
sacks the same?
No, well, hold on before you say that. Hey, my people out there, I need my Photoshop people to Photoshop Boss Cowboy standing on the hill and refusing to move.
You putting that remove off of what?
Yeah,
The
move it
facts
over
that
that
sacks
hill,
are
man.
not the same?
He got 6 of them, man. So you mean to tell me if we had anybody right there, they would have had 6 so far?
No, I'm not saying that because he's good when you twist him inside. I'm not taking that from him. And I've always said this. Everybody listen to the context of what Boss is saying, not the spin that Law is trying to put on my name. Listen to what I'm saying. He is real good on the inside. I've always said this. I like him at the 3 because he makes plays from the 3. And I like him when they twist him. But when he's on the outside, he is... And I'm just keeping it real. The person that's making plays, whether you put him inside or outside, is Fowler.
What about Sam Williams? What you
Now
Sam,
because I want to talk about Sam.
Oh, yeah, see, that's a good segue, baby.
That's a perfect segue. That's a perfect segue into Sam.
Body slam Sam.
And man, what am I eat crow for? I'm not eating no crow when I'm speaking facts. I'm not eating no crow. Sacks are not the same.
Tell him, boss.
I'm not.
I ain't no damn
Yeah,
crow.
I only eat now I eat crow, but I eat crow on what I said. I ain't gonna eat no crow on what somebody said. I said no. All right, here we go.
Slam D, Slam Williams.
I love Armstrong, by the way, too.
Slam
Your boy
Williams,
Armstrong,
baby.
Yeah, let's Slam Williams. All right, we got another film session.
Okay,
Law,
I'm
you got the
ready.
recorder ready?
Yeah,
All
5-4. Let's get it.
Let's count it down. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it.
The OC.
The film breakdown.
All right, guys, let's take a look, man, at your boy, Sam Williams. Rookie from Ole Miss, 3rd-round pick, immense talent and speed. So look at the shakes upfield and sack. Beautiful move, man. Stutter to the inside, coming upfield strong on the outside, and he closes the show. Excellent bend, excellent leverage by him. So take a look at this pass rush move, and he sets it up beautifully. There it is, stutter and slap. Look at that. And look at the offensive lineman here. Offensive lineman becomes a heel flicker. He opens the door, and he just runs the hoop and closes the show. Beautiful job, stutter stepping inside, slapping the hand, getting to the quarterback. Here he is again. Look at him at the top of the screen, and let's see him get busy some more. Now, this is what we wanted to see out of him coming out of Ole Miss and what I predicted. All right, he's just sprinting down the line of scrimmage, being a great athlete and body slamming a dude just like you should, man. That's playground football, man. That's beautiful. That's playground football. So, again, he's reading his keys, and ball is going away. He's making sure no action comes back, and he closes the show. Just great job by him. That's perfectly played. Now, this is more of kind of the same type of athleticism we saw versus Charles Cross and some of the other high-end offensive tackles that got drafted high. And that's him again closing the show. Just great upfield pass rush. He wins with the hands. He closes the show, gets the sack, gets the turnover. That pretty much seals the game on this particular sequence for the Cowboys. So now he's in the three-point stance. Let's take a look at him. Look how he is upfield, and look how he wins with the hands. Upfield, wins with the hands, slaps, leans, and there he is. Look, on a hold, too. Hold. Still got there. Ball out. Off we go. That's ball game. So that was a game-winning sack and fumble recovery right there. So great job by Sam Williams. This is what we want to see. This is what I predicted early on that we would begin to see from him, and he's developing into that type of player, man. So he's fantastic. And listen, the better he plays late in the season, the more dangerous the Cowboys become as we get deep in the season. So hats off, salute Mr. Sam Williams.
And check this out. I want to ask a question. We go around the circle, then we got one more film session, then we go get into the Bears. What's going to be the rotation of these defensive ends? I know. See, I know. And I ain't never seen everybody get quiet at the same time like that.
The only person that I can tell you that's a shoe-in
out there.
Is Law. Law is the only shoe-in. He's the shoe-in on that side. And then on the right side, it's got to be, Fowler mixed in with your boy D.A. And then
but DA is going to get that tick because they're looking at them sacks, Law.
Yeah,
they're looking at them sacks, so DA is going to continue to get the tick.
Yeah, DA.
And you said it before. Yeah. You said it before, boss, about Dante Fowler should probably be starting. I get it, but you get what I'm saying. I'm gonna go back to right now to Christian Wood for my Dallas Mavericks. Christian Wood should be the starter for the Dallas Mavericks right now. They brought him in. He got a 1-year deal. He's been playing. He's averaging like 25 points, 9 boards a game coming off the bench. He should be the starter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they need firepower off that bench. So he's got to come off the bench to make that team better. Because if he was the starter, it might take away from the team. Because Dorrance Armstrong Jr. might coming off the bench might not be as good as the way he is the starter right now. Because when you bring Fowler off the bench, and I get what you're saying, boss, but when you bring Fowler off the bench, he's coming against after guys are tired. They're not rotating offensive linemen, right?
Right.
They're not rotating offensive linemen, but they're rotating defensive linemen, and that means them offensive linemen get tired. So when you got a elite type guy that's coming off the bench, I feel like I like that better because then he can get those critical plays. Because if you see how it's been happening, he's been getting big plays when he comes off the bench.
See, my thing is this. When you have what Sam Williams did with that limited amount of snaps, you got to increase his snaps. I'm sorry. You got to take him to 15 to 20. You got to find a way to get that done. I'm sorry. When you was that impactful, this young, you gotta ramp him up. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it real. You gotta ramp him up, but that also means you go ramp somebody down.
That would be.
And I'm just keeping it real.
There'll be Fowler out of the two, right?
I don't think it should be Fowler. I think it should be Armstrong. Off the edge.
But no, don't do it, Law. The Jones family.
Law go fight you on that.
Law, he loves him some Armstrong. Wait a minute.
I wanted him gone from the team. Remember?
So you wanted him gone?
I wanted him gone.
So you look like you need to eat some crow.
I did.
Wait.
That's why I said you grab a leg or a feet or something to grab a beak because I was sitting there. Chat, y'all remember? I did a full video. I said, man, Dorrance. I fought Isaiah Stanback because he was like, yeah, Dorrance Armstrong, he's been remarkable at training camp and blah. I said, where? He said, well, they resting him,
that's
blah, blah,
why
blah.
you want me to eat crow. I never said all the stuff you said.
I said a lot of stuff about him.
I never said that, dog. I see why you want me to go eat a piece of that drumstick. I ain't eating it, dog.
Help me eat it.
I ain't say that.
Man. I ate the beak, the eyes, and everything off that crow. I was sitting like,
let's get back to the business. I'm trying to get back to the business, though. Let's get back to the business, just real quick. Who go get their reps taken down?
It's a good problem to have.
I'm dead serious.
It's Basham. He's gone. Basham is gone. They're going to put Basham on the trading block. I heard that today, that they planning on trading Basham away. There's some reps in there.
Yeah.
There's some reps in there.
You got
for him.
Basham
I
and
think
Gallimore that been
unfortunately.
sitting.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say, unfortunately, the reality, in my opinion, is that it's Fowler, because you got Fowler on a one-year deal. And so you got draft picks, you got the veterans you love, and then you got free agents. The fact of the matter is that Fowler is on a one-year tender with the Dallas Cowboys, and that you drafted Sam Williams to do what he's beginning to do versus the Detroit Lions. So you're going to be invested in that. And your long-term plan, if you're Stephen Jones, and by the way, it's a smart plan, is to have him and Micah Parsons side by side going off the edge and going bananas on quarterbacks for years to come. That should be the plan. That should be the plan. So unfortunately, I think it's going to be Fowler.
And you know the craziest thing, OC? Basham had the better offseason camp.
He did.
than all
He
of those
did.
boys.
He really did. See, Law, that's
Injured
what.
at the wrong time.
Hold on real quick, bro. I just got to.
3, 2, 1, drop it.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.
I had to hit your button on that one, dog.
Let's go.
Wait. See, that's the benefit when these boys go to training camp. See, Law was in training camp. He was in training camp, so he telling you. And this is the thing. Law wasn't just in one training camp. He was in both training camps.
Yup.
You understand? He didn't just go to Cali. He came to Cali and came to Dallas. You feel me?
Yeah.
You feel me? So his eyes was on everything, and that's a fact.
You know what? I think that they're going to do this. They're going to try to shop Neville Gallimore and try to keep those edges, man. And Brian Broaddus already leaked out the information. Like, come on, man.
You better stop. Don't touch him. We already too thin at the one.
Well, that's why you think they brought in Big Boy, Jonathan. It got to
To
be a
get
loose end.
Neville out of her? If anything, they need to get rid of one of them threes.
Would you trade Neville for KJ Hamlin or Bradley Chubb or somebody, or who else out there that's available? You know, Jerry Jeudy. I heard the Broncos shopping Jerry Jeudy. Wouldn't Jerry Jeudy solidify your wide receiver needs right now?
Ooh, yes, he would. Yes, he would.
Yes. Yes, he would, sir. Yes, he would. Get him now.
Jerry
Come on, Jerry.
Jeudy.
It would make us.
And plus, Judy ain't over there turning up with Russell Wilson.
He'll be
and
cheap.
You already know he'll be cheap as hell. And him pairing with CeeDee Lamb, I bet you if he came over here with CeeDee Lamb, I bet you CeeDee Lamb's game go to a higher level.
Dracarys.
Yep.
See, it's Yoga Flame, then it's Dakaris. Dakaris is a whole nother level.
I like I like that.
That's a whole nother level. Hey,
But hey,
I like that.
now, this is the thing that I know the world want to talk about. That's why we got a whole film section ready. Dak Prescott.
rain.
Everybody want to talk about Dak Prescott. I got all of his throws. And this is the deal. And I'm being real. Today, let's let the film speak. Not the rumors, not the people saying he rusty. Let's go let the film speak. Because this is one thing about the final word. This is why we've been ahead so much. It's one thing the final word do better than anybody. We stick to the film. We stick to the film. And I want the film to speak. We got us one more film session. You got that recorder?
Yep.
Let's get it. Now, this is all of Dak throws. And we gonna ask a question. Is he rusty or is he balling? And we gonna be honest with everything, every throw. Y'all ready? All right, let's get it. All right, here we go.
The OC.
The film breakdown.
All right, guys, let's look at number 4, Dak Prescott, and let's just take an honest, authentic look at him throwing the football. Okay, so now this is off a play action pass. This is a roll out to his left, and, you know, nice touch pass. Very, very good to me. I mean, it's a little bit high, But again, it's a very catchable ball and should have been caught by Noah Brown. Here he is again, straight drop back. Very, very good hitch route, right? That's a quick stop route to Schultz. Good ball. Let's take a look at him here. Fake off the play action, letting the ball go.
Damn.
Beautiful. Put the ball exactly where it needs to go, over that top shoulder. That's a really, really great throw. There it is again. This is off of play action again. Standing tall in the pocket, delivering the football right between the numbers.
Damn.
Another play action pass.
Super
roll out
dime.
to his right, throwing the ball. And there he is again with the completion, putting the ball exactly
Hold
where
on.
it needs to be.
That's an extreme dime. That's between two defenders 20 to 30 yards downfield in about a 3-foot window.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a fantastic throw. And, you know, there he is. Boom.
What?
And that was the deep corner, too. That was the deep corner route that he completed there. So that was really, really nice. This is the catch and letting the ball go. You know, another really, really good ball surrounded by defenders. Great completion by Dak Prescott. Let's take a look at him again.
Too. This every throw.
This is motion. Another play action, swinging back on the screen. He puts the ball right on the money. So, you know, the good thing that you really see about Dak is his athleticism and his footwork, the fakes, his feet, right? His feet are really good. He's putting the ball and he's slinging that ball. And I mean, that was a miss and incomplete, but it's all right. Everything else looked really good, but we'll see it better from this angle. Let's take a look here. Steps up in the pocket. And, you know, it's a contested ball. You know, it's a bang bang play. You know,
I got a different opinion on it,
make that
OC.
throw, in my opinion, boss.
I think that's
but
on
he
Lamb.
makes the throw. It's a playable ball, but you know, it's incompletion. It's a playable ball, though.
Let me tell you why I think it's Lamb fault. Because I play corner, and I know when you going at a contested ball, you got to high point it. Dak threw it to where he could high point the ball, and he tried to catch it over his shoulder, which then allowed the defender to make a play on the ball. If he high points that ball right there, he coming down with it, and that was 3rd and 20. But that's just my
that's
opinion.
a really, really good point. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point because if his hands are extended, if he extends his hands, he snags that ball. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean, if he extends his hand, he snags
you don't
that
try
ball.
Maybe he didn't extend them hands because maybe he thought he was about to get smacked.
Yeah,
that's true too.
We know you don't catch a ball like that over your shoulder. Not that ball. Not in traffic. You go get a ball in traffic. You trying to catch that like you wide open. Yeah.
Yeah, but Boss Cowboy, I'm gonna be honest and balanced. I don't make that throw because the coverage is rolling towards CeeDee Lamb. I wouldn't make that throw.
Yeah, that was a risky throw, but it was an accurate throw. Is my point.
Yeah, it was an accurate throw, but again, I wouldn't make that throw. But go ahead, keep it rolling.
I'm with you.
All right, here he is, straight drop back pass. Let's take a look. Boom. I mean, very, very good, man. Very good in route by tight end right here. I think that's Schultz. Yeah, that's just a simple in route. So that was good by him. Good job. Letting the ball go, letting it fly. Another break up there. Let's see it if we see this from a different angle. Yeah, we get a better look at it.
Yeah, that's behind him.
Yeah. And so he releases the ball right here. I mean,
but this is the thing, Big, real quick. I don't mean to cut you off. We talking about the difference between this and this. Right? Shut up. Yeah. I ain't talking to you, Big. You know what I mean. He don't hit him in bro.
I feel what you're saying.
Bro.
I feel what you're saying.
We got the film, bro. It's right here, bro. Listen, he is still not even out of his radius. Right?
Yeah, that's a catchable football. It's a catchable football. No doubt.
Not a dime.
You want it in front. It's a catchable football.
Very catchable.
It's a neutral throw.
Very catchable, but you want it in a little bit more in front of him. It's
right, just a little bit.
Still want it in front of him.
Very catchable though.
Right.
Yep. All right, another play action pass. Let's take a look right there. Beautiful pass right there, right on the money.
That was a lot. I like that one. I like that one.
Right on the money, man.
I like that one.
Right on the money. There it is, play action, boom, right on the money. Just beautiful.
And that's
right
where
in stride.
that was perfect.
perfectly in stride. But let them say it.
Perfect.
Dak don't hit people in stride. Man, shut up. Now, on this play, OC, this is the thing I noticed. Dak was being greedy right here. He should have dumped this off to
right.
He should have dumped this to Zeke. Look at Zeke. He should have dumped this to Zeke. Zeke would have killed that corn over there. Look at that. Oh my God.
Well, he still could have dumped it to CD too.
Yeah.
He could have went to CD.
On some of these, Dak was being greedy. Just keeping it real. I'm gonna keep it real.
Well, all right, go and look where CD is underneath.
Yeah, I mean, if you also look at this play, I mean, he's being aggressive, and I'm not gonna be mad at the quarterback in my opinion for him being a little bit over aggressive. Now he also had Noah Brown on the backside fade on that too, on the back shoulder throw if he wanted it.
Another down.
So this one, yeah, that was a good ball. And so we're in spread formation, and taking a look at him here, he's driving a football. Notice the whip and the arm strength that Dak has, and that's what a lot of people really don't give him credit for. He has a good amount of whip and arm strength.
Yes, I can.
Can you go back to that play where Noah Brown fumbled that?
Yep.
All right, let's watch this right quick. Watch Noah Brown.
Whip.
Pause it right here.
That ball snaps out of his hand.
I get where people got upset about Noah Brown, but if you played the game and you got hit like that, that's a tough one to hold on to.
That is.
I don't give a hell what you say.
It is.
I don't give a hell what you say. When you catching the ball over like that and somebody hits you like that,
and you flipping,
you a monster to hold on, and you flip like that.
Yeah.
I know people gave him grief, but that's a tough ball to hold on to.
It
I'm not
is.
giving him excuses, but you get hit like that and you'll see.
That's just real.
That's real.
See, that's just real. But you got to keep that ball. We had Hearns keep the ball with
Still
a broke
tough.
foot. Right?
I know. It's still tough.
It is tough. That's keeping it real, though. Yeah, you got flipped on your head, so, yeah. That's real.
All right, Dak Prescott.
Dime.
I mean, very, very great timing. Very, very precise with the throw to CD Lamb on the skinny slant right there, quick slant.
Now, this
another
is
play
every
action
throw.
pass, and just really, really great throw, man. I mean, on a simple out route, very, very great throw there. Very accurate, very smart, very decisive, very crisp from what I've seen on about 99%. Another play action pass rolling out to his right, which is his favorite way to go, right? And that was seeing the coverage and throwing it to the guy's back. So I like him doing that to help draw the flag. Another play action pass, right? Down south and again completing another ball, man. So I mean, great job.
Cooper Rush can't make this throw.
No, Cooper Rush can't drive the ball to the sideline.
A wide side comeback?
Yeah, he
look where
can't
Dak
drive the ball
is.
to the sideline.
Bro.
Yeah, Cooper Rush doesn't have the arm strength to drive that football, and that's why I wanted to point out
can't make
the
those
snap.
out passes.
Look at that.
Look at that.
And that was smooth, man. Very good timing, perfect fake, just very, very comfortable, playing within the offense, man. And so that's what you get out of Dak Prescott is the comfort and the ease of just playing. Look at that. Beautiful.
And
great timing, everything.
He threw it past.
Look at the hands. Look at his hands.
He threw it past.
He see it.
Inches away.
And Tony hadn't even opened his hands yet.
But Dak don't hit people in stride.
Yeah.
That's why you got to go to the film, bro. Don't listen to rumors.
Hey, and you know me, because I'm gonna be critique Dak, and you know how you go hard for him, boss. But I'm a critique, and I've been seeing a lot of dimes.
A lot of dimes today.
I ain't gonna lie, because I'm critical of Dak. I ain't gonna lie, I love him,
and it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. See, because I know when you critical, you
Dak,
keeping it real. You not hating. There's some people out there that be hating. Now,
yeah, they just be straight hating.
A couple of things real quick, and we go get back to the film. I also like how Kelly Moore is involving Pollard in the pass more.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
See, we've been screaming that. We talked about on this 2 weeks in a row, and they doing it, and it's working.
Hey, look at that. Look at Boss gave Kelly Moore some flowers. OC and Law.
Yeah, sure did.
You know it's real.
It's real because he's doing it. He doing, because we're not trying to be right. We're not trying to crucify Kelly. We just want him to make the changes. We just want to win.
We just want to win.
Yeah, he doing what we've been asking. So why would I hate on him? It don't make no sense.
Right. Nope.
If he doing the job, give him his credit.
Play, yeah, I mean he makes a scramble, attempted play here. That play, the ball should have came out a little bit faster. Being honest.
That's real.
All right, there he is trying to drive the ball up the field. Incomplete pass. That one really wasn't on the money.
Yeah, the last two.
Could he hit CD on that last one?
Yeah, that's a penalty though. So he just takes that right over the middle, right in cut route, right over the middle between the hashes, and then that's a really good ball right there. That was good. And another play action pass, attacking a one-on-one coverage on the comeback. That looks like a really good ball to me.
Man, that's a great ball. He whipping that ball.
Here he is again, playing straight up, and dumping the ball off on an in-cutting route.
In stride.
Noah Brown, I believe.
Perfectly in
Noah
stride.
Brown cutting across formation. And this is a really, really good play here. Just good recognition on checking the ball down, not forcing it to the end zone.
I like how he was bouncing on that.
Yeah, his feet. Dak feet.
I like how he's bouncing on that.
Man, Dak feet is so pretty.
That last throw underneath, I like how he's bouncing and look like he was into it on that. Watching.
Yeah, he in rhythm. Rhythm throws. Yeah, rhythm throws. He in rhythm.
Cooper Rush don't have the arm to throw that hard.
Nope. And then this off balance throw too. Look, off balance back foot.
And he had a two-way on the pick for real. He had a two-way. He said, "I'm gonna get Hendershot one." He ain't got one, and that's him being. That's that teammate of him. Boom! I can hit you, Ferguson, but you already got one. I'm gonna hit Hendershot. Bam! Get it, baby. Think about it. You know how Dak is. He love everybody. Ferguson, I've been on the bench. I seen you get touchdown. I gotta get Hendershot his.
So the question is, was he rusty, or was he balling?
He was balling.
He was up there. It was up there.
He was balling.
I mean, that's what the film say. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. Like no quarterback is perfect.
Yeah,
but that's balling. The film say that's balling. Now, if you go listen to the media, even if you listen to local media, they gonna be like, he was okay. He was balling. No, Dak was balling, and that's after not playing for 5 weeks. Balling.
Especially, can we say this? Because see, you would be a hater, right? Will you be a hater, OC? You be a hater, boss. You be a hater, law, and say, he ain't do all that. Y'all was criticizing him that first game where he's saying he was looking like straight trash, and then he comes after sitting out 5 weeks and looking like that. I don't care who it is. You come back and looking to eat. Okay, whatever.
Let's get real dirty before we go into Chicago. Let's get real dirty. Let's get real dirty.
Shout out to Q. We had him on the show.
Yeah, we need to get Quincy Carter on this, and he needs to talk about this. This came from Quincy Carter.
The same day on mine.
Oh wow!
It's no lies in this.
Yeah.
It's no lies in this. This is my point. Both of them, and let me just say it how it is. When a team is dependent on the running game, you ain't gonna have guarded numbers from no quarterback.
Right.
But what you want is efficient numbers out the quarterbacks.
You're gonna win though.
Can you say that again, please?
You're gonna win though.
Can you say that one more time, bro? Please, thank you, sir.
You're gonna win though. You gonna win.
Let me say this. I think that Troy Aikman had the arm talent of a Jim Kelly or a John Elway or a Dan Marino or a Warren Moon or maybe not a Warren Moon, but
better than Warren. Yeah. He was better than Warren Moon. Warren Moon.
He had
It was times Warren Moon was one.
That was in the old days, not them young days.
Not the young days.
He ain't have no one
man. I'm talking about young days.
Young days.
Nah, young days.
Warm Moon was awesome, man.
I'm mad at you now,
Moon.
You gave Warm Moon. You gave Warm Moon.
Man, I ain't hating no. I done had this fight so many times.
I don't care. You want to have another
God, dog, boy,
no, it's not warm.
At times, you talking super warm too. Not even just warm, super. At times.
No, you tripping.
No, I'm not tripping.
Come on,
man. I'm fighting the Houston Cats all the time. I know my history on Moon.
No, bro.
You don't.
Warren Moon had a gun.
I watched.
Oh, he had a gun.
Like,
he can fling it, but it was some choke in that boy. It was some choke.
Wow, balls, man.
I'm talking about the boy had a gun.
Oh, he had a gun.
Played like 10 or 15 years in the CFL
Oh, he had a gun.
Got a chance to start in the NFL.
Oh no, he had a gun. But in big games, okay, the biggest comeback in NFL history was on Moon. And because of Moon.
That defense gave
and him, he had 2 second-half interceptions.
Bad plays. I know, but that defense had bad plays. I watched that whole game.
They did, but he did too. He had 2 interceptions in the second half.
Bad play calling. Didn't you say something about Kellen Moore?
Man, you can hit him again with the womp, man. Hey,
When it comes to Aikman,
balls.
In comparison to Aikman, he womp.
Oh my God.
In comparison to Troy Aikman, I'm taking Troy Aikman 1,000 times over Warren Moon.
Yeah, you biased.
I'm not biased.
You're biased because you're a Dallas boy.
See, that's that Houston coming out of you. That's that Houston coming out of you.
No, I'm just telling you.
Go look up the truth on the final word.
I will look it up.
Look up his turnovers. His turnovers are garbage.
Go back and look at Warren Moon's stats.
I know his stats.
They had a running game. So, okay, it's going to be different.
I would take Romo over Moon.
You crazy.
You can take whoever you want, but Moon was nice. You can take whoever you want. You can take whatever quarterback you want.
I know he was nice. He was nice, but it was a lot of years. He threw more interceptions than touchdowns. A lot of years.
No, that's a lie.
Bet $100. Bet $100. Bet $100.
That's a lie.
Bet $100. I'm trying to bet you.
He's trying to get that money back. He's trying to get that money back.
But nobody gonna bet me on what I just said though.
I want to take your money.
It's 2 years to where he threw more interceptions than touchdowns, and I know this.
You said for his career.
I said it was some years.
He played 20. 27 years.
And listen, when you throw more interceptions than touchdowns, you had a womp year. I don't care.
But you know, but you do know in '93, Warren Moon had like 21 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Remember they was trying to. Remember that ratio, and then in '94, when he played with the Minnesota, he had 18 touchdowns and 3 interceptions.
Oh yeah, he had some good years. No, he had some good years.
Wait a minute.
But he also had some womp years. Go to them other years since you're looking at his stats. You see it. You're looking at it. You're looking at it. I'm telling you, you see it. Say the years where he had more interceptions than touchdowns, and the OC looking at it too.
Wait a minute, I'm off. No, he had more interceptions and touchdowns in '94. But come on, man,
because I know my facts.
But
I
hey,
know my facts.
wait a minute. How many touchdowns?
I don't bop nobody.
Troy had what? 11 touchdowns the whole season. You talking about a whole?
I'm telling you. Well,
Troy Aikman, he used to have 11 touchdowns a season throwing it.
Well, that was his first years when he didn't have nothing on that team. But when he got some, you feel big laughing. Big, you see how they want to read them years. You saw Big, you peeped it. They want to read those years I was talking about. See, they just want to read the good years. See, they didn't want to read the context of what I was talking about.
Hold on.
That boy had him some womp years, and I'm speaking facts.
In 1991, Troy Aikman had 11 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. That's for the season. In 1992, he had 23 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. In 1993, he had 15 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. So what we're trying to say here, and then in 1994, 13 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. So it wasn't like, we lighten up this thing with the quarterback Troy Aikman. It was always running the ball. Emmett was the catalyst of this team. And that's all I'm gonna have to say with that. Because I like Troy Aikman is my favorite quarterback of all time. So I ain't finna
Troy is your favorite quarterback
of all time.
Oh my God, Troy Aikman is your favorite. Y'all all homer today.
I'm talking about the Cowboys. I said, out of the Cowboys, Troy Aikman is my favorite quarterback. I didn't get a chance to see. Hey, Big Game James, you saw Roger. I didn't get a chance to see Roger.
I watched Dan Marino.
Huh?
No, I watched Dan Marino. He's my favorite.
I'm talking about in the silver and blue. I ain't talking about of all
silver and blue.
Troy Aikman.
No, I gotta go with Roger Staubach. I watched Roger Staubach. No, I gotta go with Captain Comeback, baby. He was real. And he went to the Navy for 4 years and then came back in the NFL killing it. And it wasn't if you really look at their passing percentages back then, it's crazy how they judge completion percentage now. You have to have 65 and above. Because all them boys back then was 56 and below.
Hey, somebody said Randall Cunningham. Hey, listen, don't be mad at me, but I low-key like Randall Cunningham. I ain't gonna even lie.
Cunningham was nasty.
I ain't gonna even lie. I supposed to hate Philly.
Cunningham was nasty.
I hated Philly Cunningham. Maybe Minnesota.
You hated
Cunningham.
Philly Cunningham?
Because he was good. Because he was good.
Yeah.
That boy was cold, bro.
Hey, Law, Boss, and OC. Randall Cunningham, young years, Donovan Knapp. Who are you taking?
Randall Cunningham.
Randall Cunningham.
Randall
Cunningham.
Dang.
And it ain't close.
Yeah, he was nice.
Who hurted us the most?
Ain't close.
Who hurted us the most in them younger years?
Randall Cunningham.
Boy, that boy Randall.
Our team prevailed against Randall and them knees. That joke was break them doggone little skinny legs.
The people have spoken. I just want to let y'all know the people have spoken. The people have spoken. 1984 to 86, 30 TDs to 45 interceptions. Womp, womp. And I spoke facts.
Man, you know how horrible. That was the world's worst team, man.
Boss Cowboy.
Context.
Boss Cowboy.
Is that when he first came in?
Boss Cowboy. It was, okay, in 1989, 1990, and if you look at 1996, Troy Aikman threw more interceptions than he did touchdowns. In those 3 years, boss, he threw more interceptions than he did touchdowns. Wait a second.
Troy
and in his last year,
in the 80s?
Wait a second.
When they was sorry? You talking about when we had Herschel Walker?
I'm talking about, wait a second, 4 years, boss. I'm talking about 96. And if you look at his last season in 2000, he threw 7 touchdowns against 14 interceptions. So that's 4 years out of his 11-year career that he threw for more interceptions than touchdowns in a season. Those are the facts, okay?
Why you blaspheming Aikman, though?
I'm not a
What's the whole
apologist.
point of this?
I'm just pointing out a difference. Wait a second. Warren Moon played from 84 to 2000.
Listen.
There it is.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm finna go ahead and go back to these Chicago, because we gonna get off of this. We ain't gonna argue about the history. We gonna get off of this. Let's get back to 2022. Let's get back to 2022. We back in 2022. I almost got caught in the fight. I ain't gonna even fight y'all because I was already factual. I already measured my Kool-Aid. Y'all need to measure y'all Kool-Aid.
But what I was trying to say to my whole point is that you run the ball. If you run the ball, man, the Mandela effect will get into place, and people will forget about all of the interceptions, and they will only think about the glory times, right? They will only think about, hey, man, Troy Aikman was lighting it up just as good as Jim Kelly, which he wasn't, right? And he was lighting it up just as John Elway, which he wasn't. But when you win the Super Bowl, man, it will gloss over all of that stuff. And this is what I'm trying to say about Dakota Prescott.
Facts.
Run the ball, play that style. I think that's what Q was trying to say. Q was just trying to say is that if you have a good sound defense and run the ball, Dak can play just like he played against the Detroit in Week 7, and we can be 3-time Super Bowl champs if we run the ball. And before you guys say, hey, man, it's a different era, bull sugar. You run the ball, you play sound defense, you can win the Super Bowl.
That is the point, and you deserve this. Facts. Fire Law. That's the whole point. Before we start fighting.
Agreed, Law. Agreed.
That's the whole point. We don't need big numbers out of Dak. That's the whole point. So everybody that want him to have big numbers, no, you don't. You want him to protect the football and be efficient.
But see, you know what though, boss? There's some people that I feel like secretly want him to fail. They want him to throw the ball. See, he can't do that. They want him to secretly fail. Secretly, they want to. I said it. You want to just probably secretly them fail. Throw 50 times a game just to prove nothing. That ain't got to prove nothing no more. That ain't got nothing to prove. He can. Are we trying to win a Super Bowl? We trying to get 70 passes a game.
We trying to win a Super Bowl, fam.
Yeah, run the ball.
Right. So we're trying to win a Super Bowl. You got two back and a back who Ezekiel Elliott was a warrior. He was. We saw the hyperextender. He got hit in that leg. He still was running hard, but Tony Pollard still had over 80-something yards with like 13-something carries. That two-back system is working perfectively. You feel me? What I tell you about that damn 30-30 club? 30-30 rushes, 25 passes. What I tell you about that 30-30 club, man? It was
talk about the 30-30 before we go to Chicago. Talk about the 30-30, dog.
Man, boss, I gotta talk about this 30-30. Man, I said 30 rushes, 30 passes. Man, you do 30 rushes, 30 passes. Do it around that parameter, you gonna win games. When we had Cooper Rush and you had him in that win streak, when we lost that one game, you had 38 passes and you had less rushes. You don't do that. And then guess what? They said Dak coming back. You ain't got to prove nothing. 25 passes. Let's get the ball. 32 rushes. What happens? We win games. You keep it around that parameter, you're going to win games. You don't have to have him throwing 45 times a game or 50 times in a game. Maybe if it's a game that needs to be happening, go with the flow. But when you see in a game, go out there, protect your quarterback, run the ball, because the quarterback's best friend is a running game.
There we go. 30-30.
30-30.
I need graphics,
30-30.
man. Shout out to my guy, Graphics Zone HD,
30-30.
man. 30-30 club.
30.
So we got Chicago coming up.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Well, they was part of the 30-30 club too. Big Game James know everything about Justin Fields. I think that, to me, he is a Jalen Hurts with a better arm, and this is only his second year. So we have to be mindful. And he's bigger. Like Jalen Hurts, like 6'1", 230. He's like 6'3", 230. So he's a big boy. He don't look it, but he is. He can take the impact. He can take the hit. He can run those RPOs. And he don't have any threat as it relates to a wide receiver on the outside that brings a lot of attention outside of a guy by the name of Mooney, who I think that he was pretty good in that game. But they got behind the run game. They rushed for over 200 yards against the Patriots. And I know last year when we beat the Patriots, it was a doggone parade. This year, the Chicago Bears beat the Patriots. Hey, it was just any other game for the media. So I know how things can sometimes get hyped up when we beat a certain team. But this was pretty much a physical team that plays. It's a gritty type of defense. They got Kyle Gordon over there, who we pretty much liked in the drafting community. And also they have a Roquan Smith, who's the middle and the chest piece of the quarterback of the defense. So the Cowboys, in order to slow down this Chicago Bears, you got to give them a taste of their own medicine. Play sound football, complementary football, run the ball, right?
Facts.
Can I jump in here, Law?
Talk to me,
Can I jump
man.
in here, OC? Can I jump in here, boss?
You got it.
This is what we need to do, because I was listening to y'all last week, and you know what y'all was talking about when they said the RPO with Jalen Hurts. Y'all was talking about what Micah Parsons need to go in there and smack him in the mouth.
Right.
This is what needs to happen in this game against Chicago. I don't give a hell about the Chicago Bears. Micah Parsons, all them guys need to smack Justin Fields in the mouth. Don't let him get comfortable. Don't let him feel nothing good about himself. Attack him. Press the line of scrimmage. They don't got no receivers. We shouldn't be scared of them. Press that line of scrimmage. Put everybody out there. We don't care who you are. We're attacking you every single play. Beat us with your arm. Beat us. Show us you can throw the ball, because I'm attacking you every single play, and you got to show me. You do an RPO, we're going to hit you. You pass it off, I'm going to hit you. You try to throw it, I'm going to hit you. This is a game we're going to hit you every single play, and I want to see if you can complete them passes. And this is the type of game that the Cowboys need to bring to the Chicago Bears. I'm not disrespecting them at all. I promise you I'm not. But this is the game where the Cowboys need to let them know what they really are before they head into this bye. Going into Green Bay, they need to exert their strength, especially on the defensive end. And this needs to be a smack them in the mouth game from the defensive side, especially on Justin Fields. He need to get smacked in the mouth.
I need to know your scouting report on that. You know, Justin Fields, since you support a
I watched this film today. I watched this film today, and I'm pretty sure big. Yeah, what's your scouting on?
Objective.
I just gave you the scouting report. That was objectively. Smack him in the mouth. I'm telling you, I seen him at Ohio State. When he was at Ohio State, he's always had a clean pocket, and he's always been, because Ohio State dominated teams, the college teams that they play. When you get after Justin Field, the accuracy goes very wary. He's going to get flustered in the pocket. He's going to create turnovers. And if you hit him from the back, he's going to fumble that ball. Listen to our word. That's true. If he's running and you hit him from the back, and Michael Parsons hits him from the back, he's going to fumble that ball. He will fumble that ball. You get pressure on him. I'm telling you, he's not going to look at that pass. He's not going to go through his reads when he starts seeing that rush and when he starts seeing that blitz. He's not going to go through his reads. You can't let him get comfortable and feel good about himself. He's not polished where he is. So you need to come at him from the first play of the game and attack him and let him know we're going to hit you all game.
No doubt. No doubt.
So I say this is when I look at Fields, man, Fields dangerous, bro. He dangerous.
He could be dangerous if you don't get to him. Go ahead.
He could be dangerous if you allow him to be dangerous.
He is dangerous. He is dangerous. Okay. And this is what we might be talking semantics right here. Because, see, I'm talking about if you don't bother him.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't bother him, he got greatness in him, bro.
And he get back up, too. You watch that Washington tape? That Joe guy, he get back up.
Remember, he played with a cracked ribs.
Oh, wow.
In college and beat Clemson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think your comp on him was perfect. He's a better Hurts.
Yeah.
So this is a game we should be using him for Hurts practice. You know what I mean?
Right.
We should be. You feel me, Lau? You feel me? We should be using him for Hurts practice.
Hey, before you get into your point, man, I was watching my scouting tape of Parsons, Penn State versus Ohio State. Ohio beat the hell out of the Penn, but you know what I saw on that tape? Parsons had 2 sacks and he was pissed the entire game, and he hawked down Justin Fields. He got to Justin Fields, and I think that Parsons, he's a guy that's so competitive, hyper competitive, that he gonna take this game personal. But go ahead to your points.
Yeah, and I just want to as we talking about Chicago, I'm just giving my initial analysis of Chicago, and I'm keeping it real. Chicago is extremely dangerous.
Yep, they beat
I started looking at them real close today. I watched 4 of their games. Hey, Minnesota had them and they came back. They won the game, but Minnesota had a great game-winning drive. And we know Minnesota a good team right now. They playing real good. And they also similar to Detroit, except they got a better defense. They don't have the offense that Detroit has, but they more balanced than Detroit. This is a game that we got to come in there determined to whoop them, or this. I ain't gonna call it a trap because I don't believe in traps. But this is a team we got to watch. They gritty. They kind of Denver-ish.
Yeah. That's why you got to smack them in the mouth.
And this is not fear talk, y'all. We just talking. No, it's not talking objectively. This is not fear talk.
This is where this is.
We watch the games. Like you can't watch them games and be like they weak. If you saying they weak, you ain't watched the game.
Roquan trash, y'all.
Not weak. This is a game. I feel like on the offensive side and the defensive side, y'all need to really run the ball. This needs to be heavy run game. I wouldn't mind if this was a game where Dak only threw like 20-something passes and we ran like 40, 45 times down their throat and did something like that on them.
Facts.
To really exert dominance before you go into the bye. Dallas needs to exert dominance over the Bears before they head into the bye against the Packers, in my opinion, on both sides of the ball. I don't want this to be a game where it was in the Detroit Lions, where it was, later in the end. This needs to be exerted dominance from the very start, from the beginning to the end.
Law, before and OC, I ain't forgot about you.
All good.
Because I want to get your comment real quick. But Law,
my bad, OC.
You raised the point that I want people to really recognize, bro.
Yes, indeed.
On your Twitter. Can you talk about this?
Yes, I pretty much, I'm paraphrasing. It says, if I know anything about Eberflus, is that he knows the Cowboys and he knows Dak Prescott. Pretty much he was there when Dak Prescott was drafted. He scouted against Dak Prescott one-on-ones and everything like that. And me and Big Game James, we used to do the late night hype, and we was talking about Flus. He's that guy. We didn't want him to leave, but Flus was man enough to say, you know what? I ain't finna be that go along, get along guy like Chris Richard. I would rather walk off and let Chris Richard take that role. If you ain't gonna give me the keys, I ain't gonna be disrespectful and just be out there calling the plays. But and not getting the credit. So he went off. But my thing is, the Cowboys in 2018, their defense up until this point was better. They had the 6th ranked defense. Nobody had a way to stop or slow down the Cowboys after they got that pickup for Amari Cooper. And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, I think their offense was a little bit better than what we're exhibiting right now. I'm not saying that 18 is better than 2022. I know, I get it. We're a different organization and franchise because we got different coaching staff. But our philosophy on the offense is still the same. This is still a Jason Garrett tree guy calling the plays. And you still have Eberflus, who knows Kellen Moore, by the way. So it is a situation that when we look at this game and the game plan, we got to be ready. I get it. The Cowboys, we kind of hide. We went and beat up the Lions. And keep in mind, the Patriots didn't allow the Lions to score a single point, right? It was 29-0, right? So what the Bears just did to the Patriots was a whole flip, right? They rushed the ball 45 times, ladies and gentlemen, right, for over 200 yards. That's a gritty game. And when we played against the Colts that year, they had a guy by the name of Marlon Mack, looked like he was the second coming of Barry Sanders mixed in with Emmitt Smith on us. So I truly believe that he's going to look at this thing and say, all right, I gave the blueprint in 2018 on how to beat the Cowboys. You think I'm going to withhold evidence now? So we got to bring everything, lunch pail, mop, bucket, kitchen sink. We got to be ready to drink. We're going to have to bring this thing all the way to the table to beat these Bears. And I'm not saying that we in fear of losing to them, but we playing against a guy that ultimately knows this offense, knows Dak Prescott, and we can't have mistakes because I like Kyle Gordon. I like that Roquan Smith guy on the defensive side, and we still got to face up against Robert Quinn, even though he's on a down year. Don't you know he got something to prove? So we got to be prepared for this opportunity. That's all I'm saying.
And that's real. OC, this comment said Chicago has a strong offensive line and they are physical, and we've been hogging from you. What's your thoughts, big homie?
Yeah, man. I think that comment is spot on, man. I think that the Chicago Bears, from everything I've seen, they are going to physically challenge the Cowboys, right? This is like will be a little bit of a this is going to be a man-on-man, a mano-a-mano type situation where the Cowboys are going to have to prove their manhood. You know what I mean? Because they go come and try to really whoop the Cowboys physically. And so, we got this new guy in here that we just picked up. Trust me, we gonna need him this week because those guys will go come and try to down block, double team, trap, and going to try to bully you know what I mean, this defensive front and wear them down, right? Because that's how they think they're going to win this game, which really will be the best possible way. And you got my guy up there from Oklahoma State who is crazy as all get what. He was crazy Jenkins was crazy when he came out of OSU. He crazier now that he in the NFL, you know.
Facts.
They feed him steak and all that. He much crazy and he mean, you know. So they have a mean attitude and decorum. And to beat this team, the Cowboys are going to have to really be strong at the point. The linebackers, whoever plays this week, linebackers, like you're going to truly have to, mark my words on this. Please remember the OC told you this. You're going to have to truly run downhill and hit people. You have to, it's going to be no side-to-side stuff. Side-to-side is not going to be good enough. You're going to have to run straight downhill, and you're going to have to hit people. And if you do that, we're going to have a good shot. Other than that, it might be a ball control type game if they try to execute. Now, versus Justin Fields, he's a really good athlete. He's great in a clean pocket. If they run an RPO, even if you get a personal foul, it's worth it. Hit him. Just hit it. Don't hit it. Make him hesitate. Now, in terms of the coverages, this is where Dan Quinn mastery has to come out. Dan Quinn needs to mix these coverages a little bit. You need to confuse him because he's not the best at really reading complex coverages. Make him think. Make him pat the football. Make him be great. Make him operate in chaos. If you make him operate in chaos, he go give up the goals, and that's gonna be your best chance to beat this team. But I see it as being a tough game. I think we can win it, but I see it as being a tough game.
It's gonna be a tough game. And see, this is why y'all coming to the final word, because we telling you the truth, bro. It's a lot of people out there like, oh, look at Vegas. Vegas got us a 10-point. But bro, you better throw Vegas away on this one, dog. Yeah, bro. Say, listen. Now, this one gonna be a fight. Now, can we run them out our building? Yes. Are we talented enough to turn them on their head? I tell you what, if they come down here flat, we gonna run them off. But if they play us like they played Minnesota, if they play us like they played New England, that's gonna be a slugfest.
Yep. Did you look up Herbert, because he's a sneaky running back? He got just as the amount of yards as Ezekiel Elliott with 464 and 3 tubs. Did you get a chance to look at his tape?
I know him from college. I haven't broken any tape down on him, but I know he's a dog. To your point,
him and Montgomery. Those boys, they are some like one cut downhill runners, man, and they'll run it, man, and that's all I'm saying is that the Cowboys, like what the OC was saying with our linebackers, boy, we gonna have our plates full. If we're gonna have our hands full if we fool around and miss some of those tackles there.
Yeah, you got to make your tackles this game. You got to. And it's going to be a physical game. Montgomery is very physical, very downhill, and very good in space. He's not as electric as Swift, but say, listen, I just take them serious. So, final words.
Before we go on the final word, let me touch on this rumor right quick that Brian Broader said about the Cowboys maybe in the wind of cutting Jason Peters. To me, if the Cowboys do that, that would be foolish. We just lost two offensive linemen for the season, right? Or pretty much Farniok is gone for at least 6 weeks or so, right? And then, of course, Matt Waletzko is gone. It would be crazy for the Cowboys to just flat out cut Jason Peters without a backup contingency plan. So I just think I hope it's just a false rumor from Brian Broaddus. Shout out to Brian Broaddus, though, and his gang of 7. But I just don't think that the Cowboys will be smart or wise to cut a veteran at this point, unless we're going to bring in somebody else.
Would you cut him when Tyler Smith come back?
Tyler Smith?
T. Smith. Go ahead, OC. What would you
I'm just going to be honest. Jason Peters, man, has made a couple plays, but overall, he hadn't looked the best, in my opinion. He ain't look great. He's made a few blocks. He's very in and out, up and down. I just think, man, it's age, man. And so if they do cut him, you got to replace him with somebody. I don't think they should cut him.
Josh Ball, baby.
He ain't. Man, Josh Ball better stay on that bench and go to the weight room, man. That's what Josh Ball needs to do. Josh Ball watching the show, he needs to go check in, use his car, and go lift right now. Go lift, dude. Go lift. So, I don't know, man. I don't know about that, but we'll see what happens.
Somebody said boss can't stand Brothers. No, I'm cool with Brothers. I ain't really got no problem with Brothers. The problem that I had with Brothers was only that I felt like he was extremely wrong about Terrence Steele. Extremely wrong. Like, but other than that, I like how Brian.
Oh, they got some tips over here. What about moving and elevating Collins up then?
I love it.
So you pretty much cut Jason because Collins is improving. And Collins just came out with a business plug that I'm gonna have to hit y'all up with too when the show over.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
I like them business plugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love that move. If they do that,
that's a good move. Underneath those circumstances, that's a good move.
Okay, it'd be that. It had to be.
Yeah, he should have been on the active roster as far as I'm concerned. He should have been on the active.
See, check this out. And see, this is why I like Brian Brothers, to my boy D.A. Lee point. See, check this out. This is actually why I like Brian. He admitted he was wrong on Steele today.
Oh,
see,
wow.
we were just early. We was early saying it. We were just like, he wrong. But see, the cool thing about Brothers, he'll also say when he wrong. I don't have no problems with him because all of us occasionally get it wrong. That's just what it is. I like the media guys that would tell you, you know what I mean, and then get better from it. So now, we all just doing our best at the end of the day. Just some of us. Some people got bad intentions. Some people in this for clout. Some people don't have humility to where they will admit that something was wrong or right. But as long as you exercise humility, I ain't got no problem with you. Like I was super right on Armstrong. You feel me? All right, final words. All right, so the final words. Hey y'all, this is a good time. I'm loving this part. I spent a lot of time in the off season talking about issues that I was concerned about, and I'm seeing us fix them. So I can't be mad right now. I'm sorry, I can't be mad. I know people want us to stay mad. They want me to be the angry channel, but I'm not about being angry. I just want to solve problems. I wanted to see Kellen Moore throw to the backs. He throwing to the backs. I wanted to see him run the ball more. He's running the ball more. I wanted to see him run on third down. He's actually running on third down. Now he's doing dumb things like tossing it on third down when you should go in between the tackles, but at least you're running the ball. So in certain areas, I am seeing improvement, and I want to acknowledge that. I also want to acknowledge the fact that we did pick up a DT that I didn't expect. Me and Big did a whole 2 or 3 shows. No, I'm not getting soft. No, bro. My boy Kevin say, boss, you getting soft. No, bro, I'm actually real. This is called being a man. Just being honest. When you see people making changes that you want to see, if I'm still being negative, I'm a trash channel. But if they making the channel changes that I want to see, then I should also encourage them, not just shoot them. See, I don't want to be the channel that's all I do is Now, do we need to keep the pressure on Kellen? Yes, he's still a wild dog. Yes. But he's still a wild dog.
Where you get that from, man?
I made it, bro.
Man.
I made it. See that? I made this, bro. I did everything on there, bro. I cut off the heads. I did everything on there, bro. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious about this Kellen Moore issue. But it's real though, ain't it? He got to keep that dog on the leash.
If a dog that little pulling that man, he need a new owner, man. Come on, look at that little dog, man.
Say that again, Lord. Say
that dog that little pulling his owner, man. He need a new owner.
Boy,
he can't handle that little old dog.
That. Yeah, hey. See, but I do want to say, man, we are sitting in a place to where I feel like we can finally enjoy Cowboy Nation. We can sit back. That I don't mean we take our foot off the gas, but I do feel in the direction that we going, if we get to the playoffs and we committed to running the ball and we running the ball smart And Dak himself is like, bro, I'm not trying to be stat king. I'm trying to win. I'm going to take whatever come, and I'm going to live with it. That's my final word.
I'm coming right behind you, boss, because you inspired me. I'm jumping right behind you right now, dog. I'm feeling everything that you said. You know how I am, and I'm just the same way. I'm not going to jump up there and just be super negative guy just to be the negative guy or the pessimistic guy. I'm all about change, and if you see the change, just like boss said, that's real man stuff. When you can sit there and say, hey, I see changes, so I like that, and I like the changes. What I've been screaming for, they're doing. So why would I sit there and be mad for something I've been wanting them to do, and then they do it, and then I sit there and still try to be mad because now my pride is involved.
Facts.
Right? Because that's all it is right now. Now it's just your pride in a way, and you just don't want to break down and let the pride go.
Facts.
But no, it's not about pride up in here. It's not about pride on none of these channels. It's about us winning, us getting to a Super Bowl, and us getting another trophy. So if that team or that front office starts doing those things that we've been wanting them to do, then why would we sit there and still criticize that front office for doing those things that we wanted them to do? So shout outs and kudos for getting the Jonathan Hankins and getting the other players that we've been wanting you to do. I like that. Continue to making those moves. And just like what boss said, we're happy. I like what Kellen Moore is doing. I said it to you, boss, last week. I like what Kellen Moore was doing, didn't I? I said it in that last game against Philly. I like what he was doing, so I cannot sit there and hate on this man. He's doing the things that we've been wanting him to do. So continue to do it. Like you said, let's not get lax and say, oh, he's doing it now, so let's not say nothing. No, let's keep the pressure. Let's keep the pedal to the metal, because that's the only way we're going to do it if we're trying to get to this ultimate prize and can get continuous playoff games, multiple playoff games, multiple playoff wins, and try to get to that final thing is the Super Bowl, which has been a long time coming. So we'll see what happens. But at the end of the day, like boss says, I feel good. I don't feel
good.
bad. I'm not mad. I can't be mad. I like the direction. I like what it is. And to this game, before I get off on my last final word, this needs to be a smack 'em in the mouth game. I heard everybody saying about I love what the dogs is doing. That okay, I got what you're saying. But at the end of the day, with the Chicago game, this needs to be a smack 'em in the mouth game. Dallas needs to really exert their dominance in this game and really let them know what they really are about with this defense and head right into the bye, rest up, and get ready for the Packers. So you really need to let everybody know before you head into this Packers game what you're really about. And so that defense that's been thwarted, the number one rushing defense as far as sacks, 29 sacks, you see what they're doing in the passing game as far as they're limiting teams as far as passing per game. Interceptions, let's go. Sam Williams is stepping up. This needs to be a smack 'em in the mouth game. 40 rushes. I said 30-30 club. It needs to be 40 rushes in this game, y'all. Ooh. That's my final word.
Love it.
So the Cowboys just need to simply stay the course. Shout out to Boss Cowboy, who was absolutely right about the NFC being weaker this year. We got the Green Bay Packers struggling. We got the Tampa Bay Bucks struggling. We got up and down Seattle Seahawks. So we're in prime position to really take this thing. We just need to stay the course. This is a game that you really, really need to improve your run defense. That's the only thing I see. You need to prove that you can line up and play smash mouth football. If you do that, you're going to be in prime position to win this game versus the Green Bay Packers coming off of the bye. Offensively, run the ball, play action pass, nothing changes. Come downhill, hit Justin Fields, and let's get out of here with a W and get into the bye week. And hey, other than that, man, I'm happy and I like everything else I'm seeing.
No doubt, man. That's a beautiful final word there from all of y'all, man. And this Cowboys team, no one got more sacks than the Cowboys so far this season. We got 29 sacks for the season, and we are on pace for doing crazy numbers for the 2022 season. We got to get to Justin Fields, shut down that RPO action, and make them pay. I think that this Cowboys team need to understand that Matt Eberflus, he may have a number on us in 2018, but I look at this as a revenge game. Hey, we need to go out there and show them, hey, This team is a whole new team, even though he was the DC there. Now he's the head coach over there in Chicagoland now. But we got to exemplify that, hey, the Cowboys are coming, and we're not taking no opponent lightly. So therefore, when we get out there, it's time for us to punch the Chicago Bears in the mouth. Play a sound game, a positive game, a complimentary game. Play a game where you play the field, because you don't have to do everything, Rain Dakota Prescott. You got this defense. Like I said, nobody got more sacks than you guys. Nobody got more pressure. So let's continue to apply the pressure, push and pay. And on top of that, Cowboy Nation, when you think about this, heading into week 8, we still haven't peaked yet, baby. That's what I like. You know, we got a long way to go. We're still climbing uphill. We trying to get guys back. Look, our only thing right now is before the start of the season, we had issues thinking about the offensive line. Now, I think the offensive line been pretty good, right? Against most teams, we don't allow a lot of sacks. And when you think about it all together, the only thing that's on the offense that maybe we have our reservations on is wide receiver. Maybe James Washington can bring something to the table down the line, but I think that's the only area that we probably need to improve at. And when we think about this on the defensive side of the thing, see, I'm going to keep moving. On the defensive side of the thing, you know I want somebody else than James Washington, but you know how the Cowboys going to do. They're going to sell that, hey, when James Washington come back. But on the defensive side, the only reservations that we have is the LBs, right? And I can't wait for Damone Clark to get back. Hopefully, he will be that catalyst to spark up everything on the defensive side.
He gonna go crazy, Lord.
Craig, baby.
He gonna go crazy, Lord.
Yeah. Hey. What are y'all thoughts? I know this is a final word, but you know I can go all day. What are y'all thoughts on Anthony Brown, though? You know, 3rd and 14, he playing on the moon, or he playing in the red zone or end zone. What's y'all thoughts? Is he the weakest link now on the team, or is it more LVE still?
Put him in the slot and start Deron playing out there on the outside. Put him in the slot just like they was doing with Kelvin Joseph. Because remember,
I like that.
When Kelvin Joseph came in them last few games and he was turning up and we was excited because they slid Anthony Brown in that slot. They moved Kelvin Joseph to the outside. He was physical, and that's what Deron Bland is. Deron Bland is physical. He can cover you. He can turn around. He can look at that ball. He's a ball hawk. He's everything that you want, and he's fast, 4-3. Put him on that outside, slide Anthony Brown on the inside, and watch that boy cook.
Ooh,
I would say Anthony Brown, since I know it's supposed to be the final word, but you asked the question, I'm answering. Anthony Brown had a couple of bad games. And I always have competition Tuesdays. And I'm glad you brought that up, because we need to stay aggressive at looking at our ways for this team to improve. And we can't have no favorites. You know? Like, everybody you know this big. Jordan Lewis was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I met him personally. I went to the club, kicked it with him, all that. But first things first. And I hope he get better, man. Prayers to you, brother. And you did have a good final game, too.
Oh, yeah.
You did redeem yourself from that loafing you did against Philly. But it's Bland time. You know what I'm saying?
Would you be dirty? Would you be dirty? Or just say it's like the OC say, straight business?
It's always straight business.
You save $5 million.
Always.
It's always straight business.
You save $5 million.
Always business, never personal.
The OC.
There's no emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
Straight business.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
Put the screen on all 4 of y'all, all 3 of y'all. Put it on all 3 of them. Would you cut them? Would you cut them to save $5 million?
I would cut a lot of people.
But not Jordan Lewis?
Going into next year, it would be a lot of people that would be coming back because of the depth that we have and the youth, the good youth that we have.
I mean, here's the thing. If you cut Anthony Brown and you throw a Kelvin Joseph and then you throw a Deron Bland in there, I'm like, let's do it.
Yep. Let's do it. I'll rock with it right now.
Let's do it.
By Anthony Brown.
Let's do it.
Bye.
Yep.
I go with them young dudes.
Right now.
You do it right now. Okay, I just wanted to know
He's
that.
your second round pick. Don't you still got Nashawn Wright, who's your 3rd round pick, who you ain't even activated?
Yeah.
And then you got McCollum. They got a good problem. Cowboys got a good problem. Marquise Bell.
But then,
Law. Bunch of people.
We also got some
Kelvin
bad problems.
Yeah,
like Anthony Brown missed a lot of tackles versus Detroit. And people got to talk about that.
Philly game.
Let me tell you how many missed tackles.
Bro, yeah, he was tripping, bro.
AJ Brown.
Yeah.
AJ Brown, he's the one that gave up the last tackle where he got to 22-yard game for them to get in their field positions and score a touchdown.
I calculated
it.
I
want to see our new corners.
This dude,
Take the
this dude got, he literally got 9 missed tackles.
Yep.
9.
And nobody talking about it. Ain't nobody talking about it. And I've been having your back, but I go, Anthony Brown, I will turn on you.
Anthony, let's go with KJ and Deron Bland. Let's do it.
Say,
9
I'm
missed
with it.
tackles, man.
You can't let nobody miss 9 tackles and you do nothing.
Do nothing.
And KJ, everybody been talking. And KJ been going crazy on special teams as a gunner, man. Put him in there, man, and let him play.
Man, I say that's just real talk. I'm glad you brought that up.
Hey, Big A James, what's your scouting report on the Ohio State fastest 60-yard dash rush of all time, Kendall Sheffield? What's your scouting report on him?
It's too early for that, Law.
Okay.
Nothing. You don't do that to me right now.
Okay.
Law, we not like you. Law, we not like you. We actually sleep, Law. We actually go to sleep. It's not 4 of us. Yeah, like Law.
Right. You know, we cut off OC face already froze. Like.
Yeah. We were supposed to be doing the final word, and Law was asked 3 more questions after the final word.
Tell me
I gotta
about
wake up early,
Devontae
man. I'm
Turpin.
sorry.
After we gave the final word, Law asked 3 more questions. Law, we actually go to sleep, dog.
No,
All right.
as soon as no,
I'm gonna do a film session on Kindle now.
Jonathan Hankins. I'm about to say you ain't dropped Jonathan Hankins yet.
Yeah, what'd you say?
No, he dropped the Hankins already. He working on the other one now.
Oh, that's what I said. That's what I said. I've been as soon as they announced the trade, Laurie had the video drop.
I know.
Thank you
and
for tuning in to the
then he
Law
gonna
Nation
drop
Film
4
Session.
videos tomorrow. No, he gonna drop about 6. So anyway, yeah, man, that was the final word, man. Law, you ain't gonna get me going on this, dog.
Kendall Sheffield, I was playing.
Man, shoot, I know how to end the show, bro. You got me messed up.
Right.
I love this tunnel, man.
I know how to end the show, bro. I hit that button.
It's a glory hole at the end of that tunnel, man.
Hey, man, y'all make sure y'all hit that like, man. Everybody, y'all go ahead and hit that like. Don't forget to like all of the channels. Y'all do know the final word is definitely one of the best out here. It's no doubt.
No doubt.
We definitely one of the best. You know, I'm not going to say we are the best. I know we the best, but if we the best, that's up to you. That's not up to what we say. But regardless, support what we do, all of the channels. Like, share, subscribe.
Shoot. I almost said, man, I did 2.4 million views last month. I don't think nobody did that. He put the fence on my chest, baby. LAW, baby.
Hey, now, that we can say Law is the best. We got, and it's a privilege, man. We rocking with a dude who is literally the #1 independent YouTuber in the world for the Dallas Cowboys.
Your car.
I'm just joking with y'all, but hey, let's go. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
You just rock what's on the shelf and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer.
Call it too legit.